Hello and welcome to Poker News. AllinPoker.com has folded, it was announced recently, as they haven't received the amount of interest they were expecting for their multi-level marketing scheme, which was controversial from the start. For the unfortunate investors, the news travelled via an email last week when they were informed that they only had till the 22nd of September to relinquish all their funds from the site, otherwise their money would be lost. In the beginning, All In Poker predicted a significant monthly income, as players were expected to take 51% of the site's net profit. This was to be achieved by providing a customer revenue share policy on the basis that customers brought new players to the site. Affiliates of the site could then make money from up to 7 levels of the formed multi-level marketing model. However, without warning, the site stated deposits and gameplay are suspended with immediate effect. The reason given by the site was a lack of players signing up to sustain the business.
Poker machines in New South Wales, Australia may be used for illegal money laundering, it was discovered recently. It's believed that illegally gained money is put into the machine, and without having to play a hand, anybody can just hit the collect money button to retrieve it. Carl Scully, Minister of the NSW Police, says that a task force is in the process of being set up. The force will include gaming and racing officials and hotel industry representatives. Their job will be to investigate the problem, determine the seriousness of the situation, and come up with ways of combating it. A new political party in Australia called People Power are calling for a ban of these machines. If their policy were to go ahead, poker machines would be banned by 2012, except ones at the Crown Casino. At present, these poker machines produce a tax revenue of $4 million a day, which would be a huge loss to the Australian government. The government are also worried about where the $2.5 billion a year that get put into these machines will go.
We thought we'd spice things up a bit here on Poker News this week with the top 5 of all the bizarre poker terms. At number 1 is the Komodo Dragon, which means you have the nuts on the flop but get beaten on the river. At number 2 is Dinner for Two, otherwise known as the Big Lick. Not a great hand, it's a 6 and a 9. At 3 is a Snow Job, a term given to players who bluff successfully. At number 4 is Berry Patch, a term given to a game that's seen as easy pickings. And finally, at 5 is the Zombie, what all budding poker players should aspire to be, someone who has no tails and an excellent poker face.
Thousands of people play online poker every single day. Not many of these actually make a profit. So how easy is it to become an online pro, and how much is it possible to make in a year?
I think you've got to be quite disciplined. I think it suits some people and doesn't suit others. I'd say most people would start with the lower stakes, but I think you're probably best off having another source of income.
I mean, I know of people that make over $500,000 a year online. You know, they play 3-4 hours a day, 5 hours a day to a certain limit. But yeah, I don't know if it's that easy though.
It's not easy, but I'm pretty sure most people can do it if they've got at least, if they're not stupid and they would put in the hours, then most people could do it. But it's to do with discipline rather than how good you are at cards. If you're disciplined, then there's no reason why you can't do it.
I'm not quite sure how I can make it in a year. You just got to be able to get by. I mean, the most important thing when you're playing online is finding the right game, finding what you're good at making money at, and being in the right frame of mind to make money at that game. You can lose a lot of money by being in tournament mode in a cash game, or the other way around.
There seems to be people that can just about make 20 grand a year, playing quite small stakes. And then there's not that many people making like 50 or 60. And then there's a load of people making quite a bit. I mean, it's weird. I'm not really too sure how to answer it, to be honest. I think it's a lot harder than people think, because you might have a really good week and then lose it all the next week.
And finally, fancy going all in with the lucrative James Bond? Well, you may get the chance soon, as the latest Bond, Daniel Craig, has discovered a love for poker whilst learning to play the game for the upcoming film titled Casino Royale. Interestingly, John Duthie, founder of the EPT, helped with making of the poker sequence, along with PokerZone's very own Dr. Tom. But more on that to follow. That's all from me. I'll see you next time.